With a final, desperate cry, Auric forced the darkness out of his body. The shadows dissipated, and Auric collapsed to the ground, gasping for breath. Jax rushed to his side, kneeling beside his grandfather. Auric looked up at Jax, his face pale and strained, but his eyes were clear for the first time in years. He reached out, placing a trembling hand on Jax's shoulder. "Jax," Auric whispered, his voice weak. "I'm so sorry for what I've done. For everything." Jax's eyes filled with tears, shaking his head. "You fought it. You didn't let it win." Auric smiled faintly, the warmth of it fleeting but genuine. "Be better than me. Lead with your heart. Don't let the darkness take you." Before Jax could say another word, Auric's body went limp, the last vestiges of his strength fading. The man who had once been a hero and then a villain died with a final breath, free at last from the evil that had consumed him for so long. Jax, still kneeling beside his fallen grandfather, wiped his tears, his heart heavy with grief. The others slowly approached, their own wounds forgotten in the wake of Auric's passing. Caden placed a hand on Jax's shoulder. "He saved us all in the end." Jax nodded, but the weight of the moment settled deeply in his soul. His grandfather's sacrifice had brought an end to the darkness, but a new journey was just beginning, one that Jax would face without Auric, but not without the lessons he had learned from him. The group stood in silence for a moment, paying their respects. The darkness that had plagued Eldoria for so long was finally gone, but the scars it left behind would not be easily forgotten. As they turned to leave, Jax whispered one final goodbye, vowing to honor his grandfather's memory, not as a villain, but as a hero who had fought until the very end.